I wanted to make a reel, and then I realized that what I have to share today is not enough for a reel. I mean, I need more space than 90 seconds. So what I want to tell you is that I know how much you have been searching. I know how much you have been looking for answers. And I really resonate with all the struggles and with all the fights and with all, that why isn't this fixed? Why isn't this like healed already? I need another course. I need another book. I need to know more. I need to understand more. I need to do more. I used to be the person that thought that knowing everything and having all the answers and being smart is enough, is what I needed to feel better, to have a better life, to feel more important, more valuable, more peaceful, to feel enough. And then what I discovered is that real, true, and deep transformation started after I read all the books, after I went to all the courses, after I went and, fell into all kind of traps and learned a lot from all of them. The real transformation started when I heard the calling from within. When I heard the calling from the inner woman that was longing. She was longing for surrendering, for softness, for gentleness, for rest, for pause. She was longing for that deep connection with herself that she never had before. So actually, I started feeling all of those feelings that I wanted to feel, having the better life that I wanted to have, when I slowed down, when I unsubscribed from the masculine way of doing things, when I started dedicating time, small increments of time, some minutes every day, to actually pause and listen to myself, to start my day, my morning in a way that is nourishing to my body, that is nourishing to my soul, that is nourishing for myself, instead of, jumping into doing stuff, jumping into emails or into work or into taking care of others. When I started consciously breathing deeper during the day and then being more aware of my connection with my body, more aware of my connection with my emotions. When I started telling myself the truth, that's when real transformation started. That truth that we don't want to hear, that truth that we don't like, that truth that maybe it takes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour to sit in silence, to be quiet so you can hear it, so you can hear yourself, so you can listen to yourself. One thing that I noticed throughout my experience with a lot of women is that the simplest practices and the most powerful practices, the life-changing ones, are the most considered the most not important, let's say, are the ones that we consider it's a waste of time. When actually, the way you want your life to change, that inner feeling of peace, of gratitude, of feeling enough, of feeling that deep connection with who you are, starts with exactly those little practices and moments that you create for yourself. Like having a hand on your heart, every day for a bit, and breathing deeply into your heart. Like descending from your mind into your body and actually noticing, taking the time, and notice your sensations, the sensations in your body. Noticing how you actually feel, and maybe asking yourself every day, how do I feel? How do I actually feel right now? When you start to really create that deeper connection with your inner child, with the little girl within you, because she is the one that feels alone, not enough, criticized, maybe stupid or fearful or anxious. She needs your attention, and not in a mental, superficial way. Like, I know you're here, let's hug each other out, and then we're done. But in that way where you actually close your eyes and you take a moment and you breathe and you connect on an emotional level with the inner child within you. Real transformation starts when you actually bring more gentleness into the process, more acceptance of who you are, because there's a lot of, parts in every one of us that we don't like, a lot of parts that we were programmed and taught to reject and to believe and to label as being bad. Being vulnerable is bad and weak. Being feminine means being weak and stupid. I cannot be angry because that is not cute or nice. I cannot show, my emotions because that means that everybody else will just reject me or consider I'm too weak. All of those parts that we all have inside of us, we need to reach them, to see them, to accept them, to embrace them, to take the time to actually be there present with them, each of them, and hug them out, but not in a forced way, not in a way that is, the spiritual smarts way. I know I need to do that because someone told me that I need to do that, so I'm going to do it from a mental level and then I'm done. Real transformation starts when you accept that this is a constant journey of becoming friends with yourself. When you really start to commit to taking those little steps every day, implementing everything that you know, and create this intimate relationship with yourself. Being smart, knowing the answers, accumulating more information and knowledge, that's easy. That's the easy part. There's so much out there. But actually doing the practice, taking the time, actually slowing down, learning to surrender to what you feel, for example, learning to take time from your day, actually put it in your calendar if necessary, to rest, to connect with your womb, to hear yourself, maybe to journal or to move. That's the challenge. That is what most women do not do. Because we are so anxious all the time and we think that we need to get over with it. Give me a few things that I can quickly do to solve this issue and then I'm done and then it's over. This is not how the process works. This is not how transformation, deep transformation works. This is not how ascension or, a higher level of consciousness, if you want, works. It's about the day to day. It's about the little steps. It's about the moments. It's about those, that moment where your critical self comes up online and tells you that you're not good enough, that you're an imposter, that you're a fraud, that you are bad, all of those things that the inner critic tells us. And then you take that little action and you bring gentleness and say, okay, I hear you. I hear you. And I breathe deeply and I choose to not believe that anymore. I choose to hug myself. I choose to put a hand on my heart in this moment and be very present with myself and remember that is not true. That is not true. I choose to believe that I am enough, that I do enough. I choose to be gentle with myself this time. Instead of believing that voice and going, further and further with that story. Real transformation for a woman starts when she accepts the softening into her body, softening into her sensations, softening into her voice, softening into her womb, softening into her life, softening into her lover's arms, softening, surrendering, bringing God more into the daily practices, into your daily thoughts, into your daily choices. You know, bringing the divine more into your reality here and now instead of just talking about that. I noticed there's so much cliched information that we repeat because it sounds good, because it's what we want to believe. But at a deeper look, that is not the reality. That's just bullshit you're feeding yourself. Because you think that is what it should be like. And you're putting more and more pressure on yourself. My dear sister, I'm here to remind you that being connected to your feminine essence and your feminine wisdom held in your body and in your cells, it is powerful as fuck. It is so magical. It is so out of this world. It is not weakness. And it is not stupid. It is the most beautiful, wonderful, precious gift you can make to yourself. You can gift yourself. But that means devotion. That means taking the steps to turn within, to create the moments, the space, to take the time, to do the practices, to really look within in truth, in honesty, instead of choosing the easy way, the easy path of being smart, intelligent, knowing the answers, and feeding yourself cliched concepts, avoiding the real deal. And I know what I'm talking about because I am on this journey. I am on this journey for a lot of time, for a long time now, and I did not expect it to end just because I'm doing this for years. I have accepted that this is my life, that life means ups and downs, that life means actually living, feeling all the feelings, going through all the experiences, and challenging myself, not in a harsh, pressuring myself way, but in a way that stretches who I am into being even more devotional, more committed, more truthful, more gentle, more present, so that I embody everything that I teach, everything that I talk about, so that I can teach from a place of embodiment, of truthfulness and of authenticity, instead of, just teaching thoughts, concepts, ideas, and words. Real transformation starts when you take the time for that. When you cut the bullshit. When you dedicate yourself to yourself. And an important part is also having a community, having support, having some sisters. And I know this is a big wound for women. I have been that woman that refused, that had a lot of resistance around being in communities, opening up to other women, becoming very vulnerable, and, taking ownership of the fact that I am not perfect. I still have wounds. I still, suffer here and there. I am still in pain. I am still, not the perfect guru, not the perfect teacher, not the perfect woman. It was tough. Being the smart one, being the one that knows everything, has all the answers, oh my God, that's such a powerful wall that we put up. That's such a powerful resistance that we hide behind. And we do not allow ourselves to become vulnerable, to become soft, to actually allow ourselves to receive a good word, a hug, help, to be seen, to be held. You do not have to be the smart one anymore, to keep up that wall that separates you from other sisters, that separates you from the world, that prevents you from receiving what you deserve. I discovered that in a community of women, of course the ones that are on my wavelength, that share my, share the way that I am as well, the thoughts that I have, the vision of the world, the ones that are like me. It's such a safe, magical space, such a potent space to be in that kind of circle, in that kind of community, where I am seen, I am held, I'm uplifted, where I feel safe to just show up and be myself. Because alone, it can be tough. And we are taught for so long that we need to be independent, tough, do everything by ourselves. Hustle, push ourselves through. Never show weakness, never tell anyone else that we cannot do something. That is also bullshit. And that is such a big wound. Whenever you are ready to allow yourself to be seen, to be witnessed, that's, again, one of the most precious gifts you can make yourself. And that kind of space, it's a space that I want to build, that I want to support and create together with the great mother and great father, together with Gaia. A space where we come together and we have this kind of open, vulnerable, truthful conversations. A space where we can clear out a lot of the stuff that keeps us stuck. A space where we actually implement, practice, and integrate so that we can unify the worlds, the divine, the spiritual, and the human, the here and now, the practical. We don't have to separate that. We don't have to choose between those two. We're both. That kind of space, it's the space that I want to offer you and invite you into in my membership temple. Temple is a subscription-based membership. It's a space where I invite you together with other women like you on the journey of self-discovery, on this journey of the sacred remembering of your beautiful gifts, of your beautiful heart, of your wisdom, of your softness and your power in the same time. I'm opening the gates of temple with the first ceremony tomorrow, October 22nd. And very, very soon, in just a few days, you will not be able to join anymore. I'm going to close the membership for a while. And if you choose to join right now, you have the opportunity to be a founding sister. This is a one-time thing. As a founding sister, you have a very special price, a monthly rate. Subscription-based community is about monthly rates. And you join and you stay in however long you feel you are called to be in that space. No pressure, no attachment, no obligation. Make yourself the gift of nourishing yourself, of really connecting with women like you and starting this journey that it's about embodiment, integration, gentleness, acceptance. If you really want the change in your life, you still have time to join us for tomorrow's ceremony and to be a founding sister. I'm gonna leave the application link in the comments. My inbox is also open. My dear sister, thank you for being here and many blessings on your way.